it's Saturday morning, and I'm left off yesterday washing all the apples, kind of sorting them through and getting them stored. So I didn't actually finish all of that. I finished the last of that this morning because it was getting late. So yeah, empty bin. These ones I just washed this morning, and then I made 2 more jars of what will be apple cider vinegar. That one was made yesterday, but yeah, there's 3 batches. Last year I made 1. It worked out pretty nice. So actually I still have this one here that can be cantered off. I should get around to doing that, but I got quite a bit of other vinegars going on, so it's a neat little thing. I'd like to be able to make them in bigger batches, but I don't have glass that's got a wide mouth like that. I wonder if they make them. I've never seen one like it, but you need the wide mouth so you can actually get all the apple. Could I just have them? So yeah, there's that, and then I have a small bag in the fridge, but what I'm trying to do is freeze them all. So there's those. I managed to shove a bin in here, and there's so many in here that this wasn't here last night. It's starting to get cool, but you can see it's warm enough to raise the temperature that's not freezing anymore. So I'm probably gonna leave them in there for a week. The idea is to leave them in there, bring them out a day, put them in buckets, let them thaw out, and then from there put them in the juice press. And then because once they're frozen, everything kind of just like it makes juicing so much easier. Who knows, it might be even a little bit sweeter. Usually that's what freezing does to apples, at least if they're on a tree. But yeah, I need to find some freezer space for that, so I'll go ask around and see if there is more freezer space, because I'm done. I got none left. If not, then we'll figure something else out. But yeah, I'm gonna sit for coffee and then kind of see where they goes from there. Alright, so I got the mower running again. It hadn't run in a while. The battery needed a boost. But I'm working on opening up some new land. Pushing on the frontier. So where I put the apple trees yesterday, I now went in and I cut a little path in the bush. I'll drive down there, and then this area is now, I wonder if I can, wide lens that, is now open. So I got the trees, down there and, over there. So those are, it's not clear now. I'll put the cardboard back, and I'll probably take whatever clippings I can get and just put that on top. I watered them in this morning again, and just kind of see how it goes. And hopefully they take root here and do good. I like this little area for an orchard, and this whole area can be expanded upon. There's a ditch behind there, and kind of taking the border next to that and then going up. I went in here with the saw already and then took some of the poplars out. Some of them I might keep, some of them I might just take down as it goes. Again, it's easier to cut down a tree than it is to plant one, so I just take it bit by bit. Then I also have some plants that need to be transplanted, so I have berry bushes that need to come out and be replanted in a more fertile area. So that's what I'm going to do next. I got a little bit of leftover wood kicking around that need to be disposed of. I want to use the wagon so I can store and everything, because I want to get those trees out there. So in the meantime I figured, hey, I got this hole in the lawn, so make use of it. It's like a fire pit already there, so get this cleaned up and then shift gears and dig up them bushes. Alright, so fire is under control. It's just burning away. Got a bit of the grass there, but yeah, that's all snuffed out. Now I'm digging up some of the berries here, so I have one already out, just a good circle around, and then I got more around. So I got, you know, these. So they never, I had them here for a couple years. They're just not doing all that well. A lot of them already died back, and I'm just taking whatever I can. Anything that seems to have life still, I'll bring out. So this one still has some life in it, and hopefully those roots can. I mean, right now at this time of year, you know, just they put all their energy back into the roots, and then so you know, when the leaves are dying back, that's really the best time to transplant. They're putting all that energy back, so they can focus on it. I'll take whatever's viable out, and then I guess I should really fill the holes in afterwards. Let's go find some dirt, which I have a pile up back there, so I'll do that. Alright, so I dug up all the bushes, and I added a few extra pieces in here. So I also dug up this old bee balm or bergamot. I might split that and put that in different places. It's a nice plant to have. I dug up some of the hyssop, anise hyssop. I got some of that stuff around. I wanted to put it closer to the house. And yeah, that's a domestic one. It's a more of a red bergamot, but the ones native here are more purple, and that's, I remember finding this one here. It's from last year. The important part is the roots, so the top's already dying back. We're just gonna find some spots around here, and probably maybe even you can see the little winding path that I put in there. That leads now to the start of the other apple orchard down there. So I'm not sure how that's gonna work. If I should make like a screened barrier here. It's not a bad idea. It gives it the extra element of protection, but there's a whole area that I can kind of push into here. Whereas these, you know, I'm running out of space here, at least for tree-wise. I can still put quite a few bushes around, so I'm gonna do that, kind of fill this space in. Alright, so almost everything is planted outside of the comfrey, and this is I'm gonna put that by the new apple trees. I'll split that in half and then put that over there just to start a patch growing over there. But outside of that, all the bushes, flowers, they've all been put in. So we'll take a little tour. We've got anise hyssop. This is a wonderful plant, of which I really need to go around and collect, because it is part of the mint family, and it is great for tea, a little flavor. These leaves, you say you can, all mint you can just eat. There's no known bad mint to my knowledge, but it's got a black licorice flavor to it. It's quite nice. Next to it, I got one of the red bergamots, bee balm. The bees like it. I like it. This is also a fantastic spice. It is almost like an, I hear it's like an oregano. I'm not too sure what oregano is, but if it's like oregano, I use that for cooking, and I actually flavored some of the, whatchamacallit, pickled eggs with it. I tell you what, that was phenomenal. That was really good. So I got more of that red bergamot over there. Then, let's see. Here we've got a black currant, another black currant. You might be wondering what the rings around them are. The way I planted these is a very nice method. It's what I did in the spring for bare root trees, but it works very nicely for potted plants too. And it's probably how I'm going to just plant stuff moving forwards, because of the ease and I think just a much better establishment of how it all goes. So I dig the hole in the ground. I basically take the sod off, dig a hole, a good hole, about the size of, you know, it could be a little bit bigger. These are all, you know, tapered plugs. Usually if you get them in the store, they're going to be cylindrical, but dig your hole. Now, I incorporate biochar in all the stuff I grow now. I forgot that with the apples, but hindsight's 20/20. I take, you know, almost like a shovel full of coal. I put that in the bottom of the hole, and then I put all the dirt I took out of the hole, I put that back in, and then I fill it with water. Just mix it up, make a good slurry. It's nicer to put the coal on the bottom, so not too much of it sticks up, but then you just get a good soup going. And then you just take your plant, put it on top, and kind of like wiggle it in there. And it just, because it's like because it's a slurry, everything forms to itself, and all the excess just gets pushed out, and that's what's forming the ring there. So it's a tight seal, it's watered in already, it just works nice. So then those are the black currants. This is one of the aurora berries, and I got a few of those, so I put another one here. This is actually another bergamot. I took this out of the bush, so this is a wild one. It's tall, spindly, but it was reaching for the light when from where it was previously sitting. So hopefully the roots take and it comes back next year. In fact, wouldn't be a bad idea probably to cut it back. Here's another aurora berry. Hopefully this one takes. I didn't see any leaves on it, but it's not. There might still be some life in it. I know some of the branches are outright dead. You know, they just snap. But there's other pliable ones in there, so I'm hoping that the roots are still viable. Here's another one. There's another one. As you can see, still has some life in it. And here's another one, which had life in it at the beginning of the season. It did have a leaf on there, so hopefully that kicks up. But yeah, that's all planted here. It's all kind of in this area. Let's see if I can. I can put it wide. So yeah, they have them in here now. So yeah, I might go around there still with some. I might go around with some cardboard, kind of cut the grass back, mulch it over, and then I'm trying to keep these things clean. You know, I'm going for a no-till area back here. For one, it's I can't take the mower in here anymore. It just doesn't work. And two, I don't want to. So, especially with the bees around here, you know, I don't want to be running a mower in here. At most, I might, if I had an electric weed whipper. That's not a bad idea. But I'd sooner just have it mulched, and then kind of have that going on here. So that's the idea. I'll go scoot on over to the apples and get those squirreled away. Alright, so where I leave off, I filled all the holes that I took the plants out of, so those are, you know, they're all filled in. And I figure I'll go pick some beans, you know, see what's dry and what's not, and then it gives me a little something to do in the evening, I guess. But it seems like there's a few more dry ones, so I'll go pick through those and see how much we get out of that. Alright, well the wind picked up, but I picked the beans I found, and it's a pretty decent haul, so I got another, you know, bucket full of beans there. The nice thing this time is, yeah, I got my bush beans, but my pole beans are starting to bear fruit, and they're starting, so I know the skunks, they're doing pretty nice, and then I'm still really looking forward to the other ones, the Kanawake, because they look like good beans. I mean, I got the Kentucky pole beans. They're starting, you know, it's the first harvest I got from them. The Scarlet Runners, I got one of them off, but just look at the size of these things. They're up there with the Scarlet Runners. It looks like it's just going to be a good bean that comes off of them. We'll see how they do harvest-wise. You know, you get some of these big ones up here. Hey, look at that. That's just a good-sized bean. But again, they're all green still. The skunks out, I guess they matured quite a bit faster. And no. But I'm looking, you know, we still got, seem to be a good bit of weather left here, and I'm hoping that we ripen up nice, and I get to bring some of them towards next year. But yeah, so far so good. Alright, so things are pretty much squared away, and I think I'm kind of ready to call it a day. Yesterday was so late, and just I don't know, doesn't feel like it did a whole lot today, but I don't know, I guess I opened up a new area. But I don't know, I'm feeling it, so I think I call it a day. I'm just kind of contemplating last end of season preps that need to be done. So harvest is always in the back of my mind, getting that underway. But right now is vehicle shelter. There's something that I really need to get on. So I need to get rid of that one. So that has to go. I'm thinking about straightening the frame of the old shelter. Now there's two ways I can go about this. I do actually have another shelter, and it's the nice rounded roof. There's two ways I can do this. I can either get rid of the whole structure, the car, and just take two of those 20-foot pressure treated, get a nice base again, put up that shelter, and be done with it. Or I can straighten the frame and clad it, which I'm kind of liking that option. It is a sturdier option. I got a lot of, but it's also it might be the one that costs more. Well, evidently it would. I have everything for option A, but option B is up in the air. I have lumber. I could easily clad the sides. I don't know what I'd do for the roof yet, but I got enough roofing material. But the one I'm also thinking about is that'd be one vehicle. I would like another one here, and so this has to go. All this plywood. And what I'd like to do is actually extend the roof. So it's a pretty gentle pitch on there. So if I were to, I'm thinking about taking 10-footers or maybe even 12-footers. I'm not sure yet, and just continue this arc down to roughly here. Don't need it again, just up till here. So it's roughly a 10-foot space in here. That will be nice. I can just park the car in next to the shed. I can keep stuff under the shed. I can, have all my tools here. Can be, hung on the side of the shed. They'll be stored in winter, but I mean, during the summer, it's just nice to have this kind of area that's covered, sheltered, and who knows, I could do a lot of other things under there too. Oh, it will be a nice shelter for the car. I can find tin for that project. I just have to figure out what I do. I'm thinking about just striking the post this way, and then bringing maybe like a 4x4, 6x6. Make them this way. Just set them on concrete paving stones. Have it all leveled out, and just kind of frame that all together. But that's one of the ideas I got. So I like to do that. I like to get a second opinion on that. Just bounce some ideas around and kind of see where that goes. And then, because it's really nice to have the vehicles under a roof during the winter. You don't have to deal with the snow. Now they're not going to be fully enclosed. They're not going to be heated, but hey, I do have power here, so I do have that plug for a plug-in. That's no problem. And for this shelter, I could strike it from the house, but the man who put this shed up looks like he had the idea to also park something in front there. That's still actually through on the other side. I left it in just because it might be useful. It's not connected to anything, of course, but I do have the option to plumb in more conduit down to that corner, and it's not a bad idea to then. I would replace the plug, of course. It's a house plug. It's not made for the elements, so I would have a actual outdoor plug. Just floating some ideas, kind of the excuse to wind down the day. But I'm happy where things stand. I mean, stuff that needed to get done, so that is done. And I didn't have a whole plan set out through this day of what I wanted to do, but sometimes it's how days go, and it turned out pretty well, I think. It was something that needed doing, and I just kind of forgot about it. But I need to get a little bit better at organizing my thoughts, seeing what needs to be done, where things need to go, and then because I got so much time where I can kind of get things mentally prepared, and then when the weekends come, I can just hit the ground running instead of being. I found that the last few weekends I kind of got flat-footed, so I gotta switch that around because the season's drawing to an end. You can't waste any time now. You have to use everything you got. So, cats of good entertainment. I hope you found something entertaining. So if you watched this far, thanks for watching and take care.